This meeting is being recorded.
Yeah. So today we are going to discuss on what are the features of Java. So what screen you are seeing?
Features
The
of
features
Java.
of Java, sir.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we're all on the same page. Okay. So every programming language has some features, right? So even Java has a lot of features. It is very simple programming language, object-oriented, robust, multi-threaded, and it's an independent programming language. It's not dependent. It is an independent programming language and also secured and architecture neutral. So why architecture neutral? We'll talk one by one. One by one point I will explain. So don't worry about that. And also high performance programming language. And also it's a distributed and dynamic programming language. So what is this distributed and dynamic programming language means? So basically, let's start first with a simple programming language. What is mean by simple? Why Java is very simple? Sir, when you enter into the Java, it will be very difficult. Don't feel that. So why it is simple is it has taken from C and C++. So C++, from that language they started Java. So what are all complications are there in C++? Those topics are removed in Java, like operator overloading, pointers concept. How many of you read in your BTECs? There is a first year the data structures and C language, right? So I hope you all have that. There is a pointers concept. That's very difficult to understand. So that concept completely removed here. You don't have that no concept. That's why syntax is very simple, easy to understand, easy to write also. That's why Java is a very simple programming language. And also automatic garbage collection is there. In C++, you don't have automatic garbage collection. What is our garbage collection? So garbage collector is available in Java, which cleans up unused objects. So you're not using any objects, so that will be cleaned up automatically. So that garbage collector is available in Java. It runs frequently in your system. If you have a Java installed on your machine, it will be cleaned up automatically. So any unused objects are available. And also it is going to, I already mentioned, right? It's a pointers concept is removed and operator overloading is removed. All these complicated topics are removed from Java. So these are available in C and C++. That's why Java is a very simple programming language. So what is object-oriented programming language? This is a very important topic. After all our basics, we are going to learn these OOPS concepts later. That's advanced topics for us. So I will just give you what is object-oriented, then we'll learn in detail later. So object-oriented means, basically object-oriented is a methodology or a framework type. So when you use object-oriented concepts, you can write the reusable code, you can maintain the code very easily, and you can secure the data. So securing the data is, so for example, you are going for your bank. So do you like to see your bank details by other person? No, right? No. So that security you can do with this OOPS concept. That is one of the encapsulation process. So all this I will explain in detail, how you can represent a real world object into a software. So if you want to do that, this object oriented principles we need to learn. But in very beginning, I'll make you to understand what is a class, what is object. I'll so explain this very beginning, so you don't need to worry about that. So there are 6 principles are there. One is object, class, inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction, encapsulation. So these points we'll learn very, so later point, but class and object I will introduce very early classes. Maybe 2-3 classes after you will learn. Maybe today or tomorrow's class we will going to write a class, right? There I will explain what is a class. So how class will be defined, so that I'll explain that. So don't worry. Now, that's the object-oriented concepts. Basically, in the real world, everything will be treated as an object, even in the software also. How we will represent that in the software? For that, we need to understand these object-oriented concepts. So we'll learn them later. What are the 6 principles? Class,
Object, class,
object, encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction. These are the 6 principles. Okay. Now, before going to this platform independent third feature, so I want to explain how Java code will execute. Then we can go to this point. Then you will understand this point. Let me draw that diagram so that you can get a better idea. Okay, so I hope you all can see my screen, right? The Notepad++, the empty screen.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir. Yes.
So this day you are writing a code, small code, okay, human readable code. So in this human readable code, see plain English code. This all you can write a plain English code. See, I'm writing a Java program, simple Java program I am writing. So public class test. So, and this is my simple Java program. Okay. So here, see my class started. Then I am writing public static void main, all plain English words, right? You can understand easily. That's why I am calling a human readable code. And main string args, right? So here our program will start. Okay. So inside this main method, this is the main method we call. In this main method inside, you can write all the code. So the execution starts from this main method onwards only. The cursor will be here only first. Whatever you write inside this main method, that will be executed. So int a equal to 5, comma b equal to 10. So I just declared 2 data sets. One is A, which contains 5, B, which contains 10. Now I am doing a sum of this. Int sum equal to A plus B. Okay, this is a simple program I have written. I am printing this output. So sum of A and B I stored in a sum variable. I am printing that. So for printing we have to use system.out.println. Don't worry, I will explain in detail each keyword. What is public, what is class, what is test, what is static, what is void. Every keyword I will explain. So you don't need to worry about this. Just how the Java code will execute, I am explaining here. You just understand that one only. Forget about the program. Okay, so this is a simple Java program, and your file will save test.java. So the Java file extension is .java extension will be there. So remember that. What is the Java file extension? .java will be there. Like you have a Word document doc, right? Like Excel SX. For a text file, txt is the extensions. Same a Java file extension is a .java. Name, see here, class name .java. Okay, so this is the entire Java file. So what is the Java file extension? .java.
Java extension.
.java is the extension. Okay, now let's move on to the next level. So okay, we have written a code, right? Okay, sir, what is the all these boxes? So don't worry, I'm going to explain one by one. Okay, so there is a compiler. First, when you write the code, it will be human readable format. So it's in the .java file. Now there is a compiler. The compiler name in Java is called Java C. What is the compiler name in Java? Java C.
Java.
So the
Java
compiler
C.
name is a Java compiler, that is a Java C. So which converts all this human readable code into a bytecode format. So what format it will convert?
Bytecode format.
Convert, so human readable code into bytecode format. So now this all English words will convert into bytecode format. So what is the bytecode format?
100011 binary
0 1
1010
0 and 1100 and 0 1 1 0
1.
This is the bytecode format. So this human readable code will be converted into bytecode. Who is doing that job? Java compiler. Java compiler is doing that. So what is the Java compiler name? Java C.
Java C.
Java 6,
Java
Java
C
6.
is doing that job. So, and this bytecode will store in another file. That file is called .class file. So this, once it is converted into bytecode, the bytecode will be,
Yes.
so in that .class file, whatever the class name is there, same one more file will create. You created the test.java file and compiler will create the .class file. Clear till this point?
Yes, sir.
Any questions? Swarna, Monica, Bhargav?
So,
No, sir, no, sir. No, sir. It's clear, sir.
Till this point, are we clear? If you have any questions, please unmute and you can ask. Okay. So again, I'm repeating. This is a very important how Java code executes. First, you will write in a human readable format. That will be converted into
compiler.
.class file bytecode format by the Java compiler. That will store in the .class file. Okay. That will be stored in the .class file. Who will do that? Java compiler.
Java compiler, sir.
So, okay, once it's compiled, sir, what about if there are issues here? If there are issues in your code, then compiler will throw an error. It will say compilation errors are there. If compilation errors are there, still this .class file will generate? No. It will fail. So compilation won't happen. So make sure any semicolons, all any mistakes are there, it will catch. So you don't need to worry about that. It will catch and it will tell, okay, there are issues here. I'll show you that clearly in the editors. And that class file is generated. Now class file is generated. Now, after this, so we have a JVM. So this is our computer, okay? This is our computer. For computer, you have to give a machine understandable language, right? You have to give machine language. So if you give human readable, it doesn't understand. Okay, so we are going to give a machine understandable. This is the JVM. So this is the interpreter. Sir, what are all this? This is the interpreter is the component of JVM, but I am showing outside for you. Okay. So there is a one more in the JVM, one more component, class loader. So I'll explain all this JVM architecture. Don't worry. Okay. Class loader will load these class files into JVM. So what is the class loader responsibility? It will load the class files into JVM. Then JVM, so this once the class file is loaded here into JVM, and that will picked up by interpreter. Interpreter will execute a line by line bytecode stream, and it gives the output for you here. Gives the output for you. That is what. So the output will be printed like this. So what is the output? Sum of A comma B is, so that output will print 15.
15.
So this is the output will print for you in the same human readable format for you again.
Okay.
So that is the how the code execution will happen. So again I am repeating. Human readable code will be converted into bytecode by the Java compiler. So it will be converted into bytecode format that will store in the .class file. So that class files will be loaded into JVM by class loader. That's one of the component of the JVM. So another component, that is interpreter. Interpreter will execute the code. Executes the line by line bytecode. Okay, bytecode stream. So this bytecode stream is available right in the file, in the class file. That bytecode stream will be executed by this interpreter, which executes and output will be given to you. So this is the how the flow will go when you write a small program or whatever the program you write. So any questions here? So I'll explain this JVM, don't worry, I will go in detail again. There are a lot of components here. So many components are there. One is a class loader, there are memory areas, then execution engine, so many things are there. So I'll explain, don't worry, okay? As of now, just understand what I explained, just understand that. That's more than enough. Execution engine inside this interpreter is there. Okay, execution inside this interpreter will be there. That interpreter will execute the line by line code. Okay, so that produces the output for you in a human readable format again. So this is the how the code will execute. Is this clear? If it is clear, I'll go to our future. That is,
yes.
So I'm clearing out this, all this. So you will see in the video also, don't worry about that. If anybody having doubt, let me know. Any component you need more explanation, I'll give that. So this class files will be loaded into JVM by class loader. Class loader, what is the responsibility? It loads all the class files into JVM. Once it is loaded, it will go store in the memory. From the memory, the interpreter will pick up that and executes line by line
Output.
bytecode stream and gives the output to us. Clear? So you have to concentrate on the compiler name, what is the file it will generate, and then after generating the dot class file, who will pick up that? Class loader will pick up that. So class loader loads all the class files into JVM, then it will store in the memory, then it will go to execution engine. Execution engine, inside we have interpreter, another component that will execute the line by line code. Then it will produce the output. So now why I explained this is, so to understand this, you need so all the this understanding is very important. So let's go to our this one. See the class file. The class file where it generated by compiler, right? Compiler
Java
generated
Java
that,
company.
and the class file will be loaded into JVM by class loader. The class loader will load into JVM, and then see it's a Mac, Windows, Linux, same JVM, the same class file will be given, but JVMs are different. Macintosh, Mac laptop, JVM is different. Linux JVM is different. Windows JVM is different, but still it's a same class file will work for all other operating systems. How is it possible? Because so the Java code can be run on multiple platforms. The reason why it is running on multiple platforms is Java code is compiled by the compiler and converted into bytecode format.
Bytecode.
So that bytecode is common to all the platforms. Even the JVMs are different. The bytecode is common to all the platforms. That is the reason Java is a platform independent programming language. So this is the question, why Java is a platform independent language? What is the answer you have to give? Java code is compiled into bytecode format by the Java compiler. That bytecode is common to all the platforms. So you can write once, run anywhere. So that's why Java is a platform independent programming language. Clear?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Let's move to the next feature, that is secured programming language. So Java is a secured programming language. Why it is secured? So can you see these diagrams? C++ application on the OS level it is executing, but Java application, see OS level inside one more layer, that is JVM layer. JVM inside our Java code will execute, right? JVM inside our Java code will execute. There is a more protection is there. So that's why Java is a more secured programming language, and also Java doesn't support pointers concept. Pointers concept is a big complex one. So that's why we are a safer side that, and that's why it is a secured programming language. So again, JVM inside you have a class loader, bytecode verifier, security manager, all these components are there. So I explained class loader. Bytecode verifier, another one I'll explain when the JVM architecture comes. Maybe tomorrow it will come. And so security manager, another one. Class loader will load all the class files and into JVM. Then bytecode verifier will verify the class file contains bytecode, right? That bytecode is proper or not, it will check. Then security manager will check all the resources are accessible properly or not, it will check. So that's why it will be very deep inside, it will run your Java code. So more security will be there. So Java is a secure programming language. And so there is a SSL concept, secure socket layer, and Java security, cryptography, even other security systems also you can implement with Java. So it has a inbuilt security, but other security layers also you can incorporate if you want, more security if you want. The next point, robust programming language. What is robust? So robust means a strong programming language. Why it is a strong? How can you say it is a strong programming language? So because it's a strong memory management is there, dynamic memory management, automatically it will allocate the memory. And also a pointers concept is not there, so security problems won't arise. And also automatic garbage collection is there. So if any unused objects are there in your system, in your code, automatically it will be cleaned up by the garbage collector. And another thing is, if any runtime errors comes, there is a exception handling concept is there. So that will taken care why this error is occurring, that will be given clear picture for us by this exception handling concept. Yeah, all these points makes Java very strong. That's why Java is a robust programming language. Okay, so let's join back